Hi everybody, this is Bryson DeChambeau here with HSBC, and today we're going to be talking about how to grow the game of golf, something that's very important to me and something that I care deeply about. I would say growing the game is important because we're not going to be here forever. There's future generations. You know, Tiger inspired me, even Jack, Ben Hogan, Mo Norman, Payne Stewart. They all inspired me, right? And so you've got previous generations that have played this great game, showed us what it's about, how great it can be for relationships, character building, character development. And I think when I look at it now, being a professional, I have that same responsibility, as do we all, I think. Everybody's up for their own opinion, but for me, I truly believe that when you're a professional, you have a responsibility to help grow the game, and that's where I stand. I feel it is our biggest responsibility, other than winning tournaments, our biggest responsibility to continue the game forward. Yeah, I mean, look, we've got probably around 100 million active golfers. Every week there's about 5 to 7 million that watch golf. In football, there's almost 60 to 70 million that watch each weekend, American football at least. And there's only about 2 to 3 million that actually play it. So it's kind of flipped. And so kind of my goal is to have more people watch it. We play enough. Everybody loves playing golf, there's no question. But also consuming it and watching it is something that's a passion of mine to help get people into the sport. And I think Team Golf does a great job of that too. We're just a startup, right? We're starting to permeate the market a little bit. And people are starting to see that they can associate themselves to a team, not just a player as well, much like they do in the NBA, NFL, Premier League, you name it, all across the world. Live Golf has definitely, changed the market quite a bit in the game, and I believe it for better. From my perspective, I think any type of disruption, as long as there's a result at the end, is good for anything. I believe disruption, as long as it doesn't mess everything up, it allows for growth. And so I think the culture has changed around understanding, how to produce better events, how to service fans better, how to give back to fans more. And even professionals, like, us being able to banter on the range and have a good time together is not really common in other places, but out here it's quite common. And I think that team culture, realizing, our identity and what we're doing for the game of golf around the globe, is really what's inspirational and transformational in my opinion. Technology is a gigantic component. For example, I'm now an owner of Sportsbox, and it allows golfers to have an easy, accessible golf coach. Lowers the barrier to entry. We're providing it at a higher level than any other coach can provide input on. So we're coaching at a higher level already. You're just using AI and technology. So it's lowering the barriers to entry. The costs of $100 an hour lessons to $10 a month, is something that, for me, is really what matters when you're trying to grow the game and give back and help this game out, because it is an expensive sport. It's not for everybody. That's always been kind of my mission, to have partners and people and friends and a team around that see that and see the opportunity to grow this game of golf while lowering the barriers to entry. I would say launch monitors have had a huge impact, but AI has been a transformational impact in the game. What you're about to see in the next year, and this is coming, so we're still working on this, I think will help not only just golf, but sports in general, which is cool, something that I care deeply about, not just golf, but sports. Thanks, Jeff.
I don't know what buttons to push, but...
Way to go, Jeff. You did something.
Try to.
All right, let's see what speed we have now. One's obviously looking at Gemini, and I'll just be asking it questions, very, very difficult biomechanics and physics questions, how you're intertwining kinetics and kinematics into the golf swing and how it relates to the physics of the golf club. The descriptions of how the club is moving, whether it's beta torque, alpha torque, or gamma torque, and how that relates to a passive motion or more of a forced motion. And so for me last week, the questions were about, like, I couldn't feel like the club could turn over. And so I finally asked it enough questions to where I realized it was grip pressure. Coach could have told you, hey, it's just your grip, you're too tight, but why and how and where do I could so there's just a lot more that I think AI can do on demand, asking questions like why, where, when, how, than just a normal golf coach. So that's one use case. Another use case is using it to decipher a whole list of biomechanical motions. So all the degrees of motion that you make, whether it's shoulder turn, hip turn, knee action, foot action, wrist angles, your accelerations of every type of body, all the different body parts in the golf swing, where, deciphering all that information, going, when I was swinging it at my best, what's the difference to when I'm swinging it right now, or to what I'm doing right now? And it being able to give you a list of different things and say, this is the biggest deviation that I can see from your good swing to your bad swing will only impact the game of golf in a positive way moving forward. So it's a great tool and resource. You'll never get rid of the golf coach, I have to say that. You'll always have somebody saying, no, this is what it's telling you to do. Like, put yourself more in this position, and they can help you get in that position. So you'll never lose that ability to have a great golf coach. But I think, it gives golf coaches another tool. That's kind of the way I use it. I just want as much information as possible, and then when something makes sense, great. I think a lot of people stop when they're trying to get information. They stop when they're close to figuring something out. They're like, no, it's just too much. It's just too much. Well, no, it's just you haven't really found what the right answer is. Keep going, and if you've gone through the whole thing, then you've probably missed a basic step in the beginning. It's really important to prompt it, but not everybody has to use AI in that capacity. It could be your therapist. Even you could ask it, how do I feel a little bit better on the golf course after I hit a bad shot? For me, I use it in a very technical sense. You can also say, hey, describe this to me in a very feel-oriented sense, which is kind of cool that AI can go into a super technical road, or it can go into more of a feel road. I think that's quite valuable for the person using it, because it's so individualized. You're not going to get the same type of information that I would want to get, right? So we just have a different learning process in that sometimes. I think that's important. I think that's what's so brilliant about AI is that it can mold to that. I think that there's going to be a lot more team golf out there in the world, not only here at LIV and what we're going to do next year and beyond, I believe, but also like with TGL's got their own thing going too, and I think team golf will be here to stay. So I think teams will be a big part of it. I also think future golf fan will want to be more entrenched in a player's life, more content creation. They want to feel what a player feels like authentically, not construed or manufactured. I think fans just want a great story as well. So I think players giving fans stories is really what the future looks like. Where is this thing? Oh my God. This is monumental. Being able to reach beyond professional golf is number one for us. Like, the more we can impact people outside of the game, the better, because they'll get exposed to it. Maybe they want to go to a Top Golf, maybe they want to go play a round of golf, or just hit balls at a driving range to get exposed and become fans for life. Going to different places across the world is number one. Getting people involved that have never been a part of the game is important. So being in these unique places, being in different parts of the world, going to South Africa this past year, I mean, the amount of golf fans that exist because of that now is tenfold. And as time goes on, I think we'll continue to keep doing that. One day, 50, 60 years from now, I could see a shortened version of golf where it's 9 to 12 holes. But that's a long way down the road. We can't uproot tradition too much. We've already done it enough here at LIV. And you've got a whole world out there. And the more people we can get golf clubs in their hands, the better.